Hiya. Thank you for joining me for part two. So I wasn't expecting to do a part two, but I wanted to get out another deck. So in the first reading, we had the Emperor, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hierophant. Okay, you are the Emperor, Source, and the Most High. So I've pulled out a different deck. This time the Chinese Tarot. Got some really beautiful artwork on this one. I absolutely love it. And some slightly different imagery, which I'll show you. So clarifying the Emperor is really, really interesting. We've got the Ace of Wands. Can you see that all right? I don't know if my camera's a bit blurry. The Ace of Wands here. Now, the Ace of Wands is a really interesting card. It's about like a rush of creative force, a rush of like raw energy in terms of fire, in terms of creativity, passion. It's literally like a whoop up the backside from the universe going, here's some amazing ideas, here's a shitload of energy to make them happen, and here's just everything that you might feel you need to get started. So what hit me straight away, obviously they're very different cards from two different decks, the Emperor and the Ace of Wands. But I just want to show you, I got a bit excited. These are the cards that I've had for like 25 years now nearly. And I just want to show you the Emperor and the Ace of Wands from this deck. If you will give me a moment. There's one. Because this fella... Sorry, I'm trying to go a bit quicker. There he is. It's the same guy. It's Zeus. Here we can see Emperor. Zeus up on his mountain. All his wisdom, all his power, all his knowledge, all four kings embodied into one. And here we have him again. And again, he's in this lofty position, as you can see. He's got this enormous wand with the fire. This is pure potential. This is unlimited, untapped, raw potential. And he's got the skin to show that this is like a primal instinct. I mean, talk about inspiration. When people get like real inspiration, it comes with all of the drive, all of the energy required to make that thing happen. Because how can it not, you know, with so much energy, so much vibrancy, vitality, like... The energy of the Ace of Wands is enough to set anything on fire in terms of excitement, inspiration, ideas, creativity. It's literally this rush of energy, and it comes out of nowhere. So people who get sudden inspiration for things, that's exactly what this is. People who have light bulb moments, who have epiphanies, realizations, creative inventions, solutions. It's all Ace of Wands energy. It's all how the world evolves, you know, how we evolve, how society evolves, how everything we do is constantly evolving, because there's inspired people having new ideas and the energy to carry them out all over the world. So the Emperor is here. You've had the Emperor experience because you've had this creative, raw, I'm not going to say impulsive, because you don't necessarily have to enact anything from the Ace of Wands energy impulsively. You can do it very steadily, wisely, calmly. But something new, it's like there's a new you, yeah? There's a new dimension of you. I'm getting the feeling this reading is for water signs, and it's possible that this fire this masculine element with fire. Literally, Zeus himself is in you a little bit. You have the power, the capacity, the potential to be as great as Zeus himself, okay? So I just wanted to show you those two from my old deck. This is the Mythic Tarot, which I've had, like I said, for many, many years. But I just wanted to show you the connection, because it's all part of you and how you're developing. So something about what you've done with this Ace of Wands has led you to have the Emperor experience and embodiment in who you are. The reason I say I feel like I'm talking to water signs is because the bottom of deck for both decks, I showed you in the last one, was Knight of Cups. Now, Knight of Cups, it doesn't have to be anything exterior. Again, if we're looking at the Wheel of Fortune, we're having, and all the major arcanas as well, we're having very deep internal experiences at the moment. The Knight of Cups can also be us just within ourselves deciding that we do believe in love, okay? We do believe in chivalry, romance, heroes, true love. You know, like when you see an elderly couple and they're still taking care of each other and showing each other affection and kindness, like it's just one of the most beautiful things ever, because it shows you that that's actually real between those two people. And similarly, when you see young love, you can see all the innocence and how completely swept up in the emotions that they are. Bottom of the deck for the Chinese tarot is, can you see it says the Hanged Ghost? Not the Hanged Man or the Hanged One like you get in other decks. This is the Hanged Ghost. So it's telling me it's neither male nor female. And it's taken the concept of the hangman quite far, because sometimes we can sacrifice ourselves to the point of becoming a ghost in our own life. Something tells me you're not doing that, okay? Maybe you were in danger of that. The universe come and kicked you up the bum and said, oi, you've got stuff to do. You've got ideas, plans. You've got things to create. You've got the energy to do it. You've got the wherewithal. There's absolutely nothing stopping you from manifesting this ace, because it's in your hands. The universe has placed this ace card, this energy, this thing that you can bring out into the world, straight into your hands, straight into your lap, straight coming out from you. It's you, okay? The inspiration comes from within you. Therefore, it's yours to do with. Again, going back to the power. If everybody on this planet suddenly realised the innate power that they carry, we would live in very different ways. We really would. So, on the Wheel of Fortune, clarifying the Wheel of Fortune is the Knight of... It is called staves in this deck. The wands are staves. So wands is fire, creativity, passion. It can be impulsivity, and especially with the knight. Knights always look at kind of adolescent, immature, raw, and like impactful levels of embodiment. So this is the like teenage embodiment of fire. The Knight of Wands can speak of like changing your life really quickly. Like all of a sudden you get up one day and you're like, right, that's it, we're moving, you know, pack up, love. We're off. I'm finally gonna live that dream, you know. We've hit the amount of money in the bank, you know. I've sold the house, we're going. It's not so much a focus on real life consequences or anything that. This is all about inspiration, passion, and just it could be fire signs as well. I don't feel that I'm talking to fire signs here, even though there's a lot of fire. I feel that it's water signs with the Knight of Cups and the Hangman, Hanged Ghost. They're both Pisces water sign cards. But we have all this fire coming in, and this is a huge balance. And the Knight of Cups at the bottom there with the Knight of Wands. I'm wondering if this is a new experience for you to be dealing with the kind of quickness of fire, like how quickly an idea can spread, how quickly life out there can be impacted by our moves, by our decisions, by where we place our passions and our intention. So something about, you've had the Ace of Wands, you've had the potential, the Knight has put something into action, which has led to the Wheel of Fortune. So it could be that maybe a lot of people around you weren't expecting that you would exercise this kind of power. They didn't think you had it in you. And that's why there's been a lot of things going on in your exterior lately, which has caused you to go within. I'm not calling you out on absolutely anything here. I'm not blaming you for anything. I'm certainly not asking you to blame yourself for anything. But it's just an honest look at how we've got to where we are and the part that we played in it. So I feel like there's something about you really learning how to channel wisely this kind of newfound power that you have, this fire that is within you. How do we channel that fire safely, responsibly, so it can have the best impact possible for everyone involved? That's a little bit of the Hangman there, thinking of the greater good. It's not just about self-sacrifice. It's accepting that position from a philosophical level, that sometimes it's required for the greater good. So it can be an extremely worthwhile experience. So something about the moves that you've made lately in the Knight of Wands energy has shown you to be the architect of your life that you are. I'm not just saying you've got to Wheel of Fortune because of consequences of your actions necessarily, but it's often the circumstances and situations around us, and certainly the reactions from other people around us, that can cause us to go within a little bit and cause us to have these realizations and learn all of these different sides of who we are and how we put it all together. And what's really, really interesting is clarifying your Hierophant card, which, remember, we were saying about it being your connection to the divine, you being the bridge between matter and spirit. Clarifying that, we've got the High Priestess. Now, this could speak of counterparts. I don't know if maybe you're the High Priestess and your experience and embodiment of the High Priestess is going to lead you to the Hierophant, or it's simply different aspects of you that you are developing at the moment and tapping into and strengthening. The High Priestess is similar to the Hierophant in terms of connection to source, connection to divinity and so on. But the High Priestess is more of the mysterious side of all that, you know, the messages that we get in dreams sometimes, things that seem like coincidence, like you think of somebody and then you go and bump into them in the shop and you might not have seen them for years. Thinking of a song and it comes on the radio, that is really common, especially if you listen to things, no offense, but smooth. I think anyone who listens to smooth, you know when the Dirty Dancing song's going to come on every day. That's where our connection to the unconscious and the subconscious, the real mystery of who we are and what we're capable of, it first begins with the High Priestess, our first kind of little stepping out into what many people call the dark side. It doesn't have to be the dark side. What's mysterious and unknown is still part of who we are. And sometimes some of your greatest lessons can be in a dream. You might figure something out. You might see something about somebody that you're not seeing in real life. That is also very common with people who are tapped in that way. The High Priestess is also the beginnings of like intuition, and not so much instinct, because that's more primal, that's more physical in a way. Your intuition is your third eye, it's your knowing, it's your second sight. And the more that you trust that, and the more that you tap into that every day, it's another bond with divinity that you're strengthening. These cards feel so huge. They really, really do. It feels like there's like awakening in so many ways. Like your soul is waking up, your subconscious is waking up, your connection to source is waking up. The Emperor is although he's fire, he's a very grounding energy as well. It's very much what is happening in the here and now, and where are you in all of that. And essentially that's all that matters, you know, what's going on in the outside world. All these ups and downs are going on every single day. So there's an element, especially with the Hierophant, there's an element of understanding, and with the Hangman as well. This is all about perspectives, being able to take an elevated view on things. And sometimes that can be extremely comforting to realize that the outside world has all of those ups and downs every single day. Do you know why? Because it's meant to. Spirit is manifesting in matter in every single way, in every single dimension, and on every single level all the time. So don't worry about what's out there, because it's meant to be out there, okay? What's going on in here? How's that little Buddha inside of you? Go find him or her, whatever, he, she, they. Because that's the part of you that totally understands that actually all is well at all times. All is well at all times, and everyone is exactly where they're meant to be at all times, and everything is correct. Everything is right. What matters is you, actually, deep, 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 deep down inside. So there's more experiences coming up where you might find this a bit of a challenge, because it's like two dimensions are opening up at the same time. The higher mind of philosophy and the subconscious psychic mind, which is beyond our five senses, but which is no doubt any less there. We just don't work with it every day. We're not encouraged to, are we? There's no rooms in schools going, right kids, we'll do a bit of ESP today. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? And then just at the bottom with the Hangman, I've touched on it a bit already, but the Hanged Man is a really, they're all deep cards. The tarot is deep. The Hangman it's the story of Prometheus, where he's put upon a mountain every day and has his liver pecked out. And it's only through his sheer faith and kind of agreement that he's going to be a sacrifice. He understands that his sacrifice and his suffering every day is actually for the greater good of humanity. The hangman isn't there to encourage us to sacrifice ourselves. It's an acknowledgement that, and this is where our dualities always come in, and we've got to kind of look at ourselves in a relative sense sometimes. Because although we are at the core and the center of our existence, the world itself does not revolve around us. Other people's worlds do not revolve around us. And sometimes we do need to be reminded of that. Sometimes we need to be reminded that our desires and wishes are not the world's priority at that moment in time. Do you know what's really interesting? Underneath both cards, so under the Knight of Cups and under the Hangman on both decks, look at that. Two of Pentacles. Right. So what that's telling me, and it's taken me straight to this Ace of... It's telling me that you've kind of picked a path lately. You've made a choice. You've made a real world choice lately. You've picked a path, and it has had an impact. It's had an impact on your life, and it's kind of... It's forced you to clarify your standing. It's forced you to assert yourself, to take up space in your own life, where maybe previously you've had to take a bit of a back step. Some people are completely passive in their life, but something tells me if you've got the energies of the Emperor within you, the Hierophant within you, and the High Priestess within you, that is telling me that you're not meant to be a passive observer in your life. You have got not just the Emperor, you've got the power and potential of the Ace of Wands, and you've got the wherewithal and the energy to do something with the Ace of Wands, to manifest it. And then because of the choice that you've made, so to me this is doubling down, okay? Which is the same as you've asserted yourself. You've made something very clear out in the world lately. You've picked a path, you've made a choice, you've taken a step, you've manifested something, you've taken your first steps on something, and it is leading to heaven. What heaven means for you on this planet. You are bringing in these divine energies, these mysterious, spiritual energies, whether you class yourself as spiritual or not. Okay? If you don't class yourself as spiritual, brilliant. Go to it from a physics angle, okay? I didn't have a clue at school. I cried all the way through my physics GCSE, which how many people can testify to. I literally didn't have a clue. I had snot all over my shirt sleeves, didn't understand a thing. When I got to uni, obviously on the back of other subjects, when I got to uni and I met different friends, shout out to Johnny, they explained like physics concepts to me from completely different angles. You know, you're sat with friends, chilling and getting to know and all that. So it comes out differently, doesn't it? Than a stern man with a blackboard and you're just copying stuff down. I literally did not understand physics. And then, like I say, friends introduced me to certain concepts and we had the most amazing conversation. So some of the things I talk about, I'm not just coming at it because I've been studying tarot for so many years. And I'm not just coming at it because I'm into peace, I'm into harmony, I'm into happiness, I'm into talking. Anybody who knows me knows that that's the stuff I'm into, and I love going deep with people when we're talking and stuff like that. So I do come at this with a bit of physics in mind as well. And the fact is that you are not just your body. What I'm pinching here, this physical matter, that is not the entirety of me. There's energetic layers, okay? And there's some particles of my aura that actually stretch out infinitely. You can tap into your auric field and it goes on for miles and miles and miles. Please don't ever think that you're alone. You are never, ever, ever alone. You are part of the all. You are part of the great design, and you have forces and energies that support you at all times. So I'm not going to clarify anymore. I'm not going to do another deeper layer because I feel like this is quite a big message for somebody, that your Knight of Wands period, you may have caused some ripples out in the world, but it is all leading you to a divinity and a greater understanding of the path that you've started to take yourself down. And I feel this is all part of you knowing yourself on a much deeper level, accessing dimensions of your being that maybe you didn't have access to before or weren't aware of. We're all learning, okay? Nobody is perfect. Nobody is massively advanced more than anybody else. Everyone is here for a reason and everyone is divine. So on that note, I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope that's brought you a positive message that you're on an absolutely amazing path. I love that for you. Take care.